Yes, just click on it.
So that's what it's starting to say. I don't have it right back in your pocket. So now
That's not what we're doing. So we've already gotten this.
did you guys look for everyone I like gather? I like
So that's what, did you break your?
that's a sharp something else. As long as it's working sharp. Anyway, so like I got so I got Sharpies. I got 24 pack of Sharpies. And there's like 18 of us, so I went over to gather a picture. I gave everybody a Sharpie and I was on the kid and the guy made snickerdoodle imagination. And I liked, and then I put them all these cute little teacups. And then I like wrapped them with this like plastic that had reindeer on it. Well, like I did all of it. There's tons of art. When I was done doing this for everybody. So I said, so I was like, I made like, I took a tin and filled it with candy and I made us like a candy dish for us. So if my sister's funk split, she saved time too, but yeah, the candy is a candy. Because in my house, because my dad didn't get one of those, because like Joe Cover's old, but he's sugar candy too. This is so good for this. It's so good. It's so sugar. You're supposed to put cracker right in, like, you know, you can't get
Okay, ladies, are you good? Okay, you guys are good. Okay, you guys are good. You guys are good? Ladies and gentlemen over there? No? Not working? You should be. Okay, ladies, you guys are good? Ladies, you guys are good? Yes. So? Gooch, that's terrific.
Nobody's saying good.
Okay.
We're good.
How are you guys looking at it? Did you set the locations? Perfect. Great job.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so are we good? Okay, guys, here's what we'll do now. We're going to just pick up where we left off. Okay? So you're going to do the events list option. You're going to create events list. Hopefully everybody has that up. Okay? We'll see how I catch up here in a second. Okay? Set the path to where we were. Now, you know what we do first? Let's imagine, what if our next step crashes everything that we just did? What if the MATLAB craps out on you and it says, error, 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 and we got to close MATLAB down again. And then we got to do something else again maybe, and then you've got to load it all up, and you've got, do you want to have to load the channel locations again? No. So, if you have your little window for Create Events List open, close it. We're going to save the file first with your channels added to it. That way it's always in there and you don't have to do it again. Okay? So, close it out. You'll see I'm going to add my channel locations here in just a second.
You went under edit and then you went to.
Sorry?
You went to have that. Oh, okay.
I'm just catching up to you guys. You're
Okay.
ahead.
Oh, no, you don't. File? No, edit, sorry.
Okay, so you guys used to be up here, and I said X out of this, right? So we're going to X out of that. You shouldn't have to do anything. All it was is press one X on the thing. Okay? So, all we're going to do is go to File, Save Current Data Set As. Okay, see what I'm having on the screen there? Save Current Data Set As. Okay? Now what you can do is do this little trick. So you don't have to type this all out. You just touch this once, and it'll come down here. We're going to add a little ending to it. Okay? We're going to add a little suffix. Okay, so now I come in here, and after 256 hertz, I'm going to hit the underscore key, and we'll add the word chan blocks, which is short for channel locations. Okay? So real easy, all we're doing is we're creating a new file, and we're telling it that, remember how I said it's really useful to use these little labels in our titles so that you know exactly what was done? That's what we're doing. We're adding this in so that we know exactly what was done to this data. You just type in underscore chan locks for channel locations. Is that a problem for anyone? Just hit OK, and you should be good.
Hit okay or hit save?
Or save. Save is fine.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's not complicated at all. It's perfectly fine. Yes?
For mine, when it opens up, I don't have that ERP I see the it goes to
Right, you don't. So did you do the thing where... Okay, so what we're going to do, okay, is now look at what it's done. We obviously have a channel notifications, it's saved, and in our little file name here, it's added this, channel locks. Okay? So now we know not only does it have a high pass filter applied to it, it's been downsampled to 256 hertz, and we've applied channel locations. Now let's get back to what we were trying to do, right? We're trying to add in the data. Let's go to ERPLab, let's go to event list, and let's go to create an EEG event list. Okay? So you're going to go to ERPLab, event list, and then create EEG event list. When you do that, it'll bring up another little GUI, or graphic user interface. Okay? Now what we're going to do here is it gives you a bunch of options. You're just going to click this middle button on the bottom that says Advanced. Okay? Okay. When you hit Advanced, this is a way to create a more detailed list of the events. Now remember, we have 75 of these suckers, right? Okay, and none of you guys said you wanted to write a list of the 75 things, right? Everybody seemed pretty happy that I did it for you. Are you ladies okay?
Yeah.
Is she caught up?
Definitely not.
Okay, if I need to slow down, just let me know and I'll wait. So I want to make sure that we do everything together, that way we don't leave people behind.
That's just mine.
Okay, well, I'll help you with that in a second. Just pay attention to what we're doing and take notes on what we're doing, and I'll fix the individual issues with computers during the break. Okay? So I'll take a break in a minute. I just want to finish this thing that we've been trying to do now for a while, and then we'll take a rest. So all we're going to do is you could possibly come in here and type the information for every single event one at a time and hit create event and blah, 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 and you type every single one in, but I've already done that for you. So we're going to come down here and you're going to go load event, load list, bottom left. It's going to ask you to, where do you want to navigate to load your list? Okay? You're going to come into the folder for scripts again. Okay? Now, as you might imagine, we're going to be finding an events list. So you're going to come into that folder for events list. Okay? Now you're going to have a couple options here, but what we're going to do for now is, let's just grab this top one. Okay? It's the one that should say Advanced Events List, and man is short for our experiment using animacy and man-made. And it just gives you a date, 12/16/09. Okay, so make sure you grab that file. Some of the other ones might not work. Okay, so it's important that you just do that. Grab that one, 12/16/09, and hit open. Now what that will do is populate a bunch of stuff. Notice that you'll have 75 rows. So I was gonna have you guys write all that out. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna hook them up. I'll write these 75 fun rows out. Okay? So what this does is it gives us, for every one of our 75 event codes, it gives us a little label of what it was that happened. Was it animacy or was it man-made? And it gives us a number of the bin. So remember we talked about this idea of bins earlier in class? You can categorize this stuff of brain activity based on, and throw it into bins that say, was this information remembered or forgotten? Was it a hit? Was it a miss? We can bin the information, like you would bin your socks in one, put all the striped socks in one bin and all the colored socks in another. That's what our numbers here. It tells you what number bin it is, and it should go 1 to 75. You guys all see that? That's kind of our structure here with the file that we're working on. Alright, so all you got to do is basically hit apply on the bottom right hand side, and it should run. Now it's going to ask you, how do you want to keep your event types? Let's bump it up to numeric codes. So you just hit that number there that says numeric. Okay? Then hit apply. Now, is everybody here? Did that work? Did it not work for anyone? Okay, awesome. So here what it's going to ask us to do, it says, awesome, I just did what you wanted me to. What do you want the computer to do with the new data set that it just created? Okay, what we're going to do is it renames it. Okay, now it says it's subject 32, it's been resampled to 256 Hertz, and we've added an event list, or an E-list. Okay, so this tells us what it's been done. Okay, now what I like to do is save it as a file. Okay, now what we're going to do here is check that little box, and I hit browse. It's going to ask us where we want to save it. I like to navigate to our EEG folder. Okay, now one thing I want to do here is I'm going to grab the name of this. And by touching that, it's going to populate the name of the file down here, because I want to keep this whole list of our name so that we always know exactly what was done to it. And we're going to add, at the end of chanlocks, a little underscore and type E-list for event list. Okay? E-list. Here's another little nifty trick that we'll do. Okay? doing that, I'm going to highlight it, right click, and copy. Hit save. And now what it's going to do, it's going to populate what it's saved as in the folder and the name, but I want to paste in what we just copied. I want this title here to be the same name. Okay? I'll get you in just 1 second. And you can just paste that in. And now it's the same name that we have with high pass filter, 256 down sample, channel locations, and it has an event list added to it. Okay? That should work, and you should just say OK. Now, question back here?
Oh, I got it. I just didn't know.
Open Apple C. I think it's open Apple C. You can hit OK when you're ready. Okay, when you're done, just hit OK. Now it's me.
We can hit OK.
Yep, you should hit OK and that should work. And I think that's a pretty good spot to take a break for now. You guys feel like it's time for a healthy break? Alright, take a rest, we'll come back in a couple minutes.
How is it?